Okay, these uh, it's the 27th of May, 2023, and I'm still under duress due to my abuser Pindile Kati doing the same thing I was doing in 2021, writing and trying to diarize events of my life since coercive control took a hold of my life. The people I regarded as close friends, family, clients, siblings, acquaintances joined the web my abuser created to emotionally blackmail me and coercive control me. Everyone agreed to doing the unhumane deed of siding with my abuser, regardless of the cause, my flaws, knowing it's wrong, but all of them agreeing to one perspective and dehumanizing me by forcing it upon me, uh, to change my perspective and perception of how I view and how I go about my everyday life. Um, Basically, applying social pressure to my life. So, events my abuser says set up to subordinate me. Um, Number one, she coercive controlled me and emotionally blackmailed me with the help of my ex, Sanel Nkabinde, Dumsani, Kati, Gina, Gabriela, Tembiso Mashaba, just Tammy, etc. Um, People that, that were in close to, that were friends that I used to live around in Zakaria Park. Okay, my reaction to when this started, I lost it. I went crazy due to the disrespect shown towards me and not understanding I was being coercive controlled. I lost my home due to not being able to work and go on with my everyday life. I came home. She continued to control me throughout and destroyed my furniture, art, equipment, clothing, clothing, and belongings. And I was so distressed and vulnerable. She plotted to destroy to she plotted for me to get assaulted at home and broke my phone in the process. And since I'm a tattoo artist, like all my clients and work were on the that was my means of communicating with my clients. So losing that uh, just drastically stressed me. And since I lost my business contacts, my social media accounts, meaning I could not work as a tattoo artist, she was weaving a web convincing my clients, even random clients, to turn against me, making me dependent. Making me dependent. I went to speaking to my uncle, running away from coercion, not understanding that the abuser can coercive control me from wherever. Eventually, I built homemade machines. Uh, Homemade machines. Started. Okay, boarded the train, went to Fine Town, and by God and my spirit refusing to give in and live with the aftermath of the results of what coercive control did to me. And I got people who were interested in getting tattooed with those homemade machines. And I tattooed for cheap prices to survive. I tried my best to be dependent, but my abuser did not stop there. She did the same. Well, she did the same with the newfound people in my life. When they didn't stop, I went to confront my mother again because I was enough with the coercion. She instead gaslighted me, framed me, and blamed me for breaking windows, and got my friends, um, and poor Mimi's boyfriend, and to assault me, and even went to as far as stripping me naked and tried to get me arrested. But when the police came, they saw I was bad. I was the one that was badly injured, and I opened the case, but nothing happened. No arrests were made. So I moved to Protea Extension 22, her sister, and I arrived there. I was injured, vulnerable, with no means of income. So I stayed with her, knowing the relationship and her involvement in the coercive control pattern. When I recovered, she started and did horrible, unreasonable things to me. They started using Bilo, my son, as part of emotional blackmailing me. When I did not give in to their demands of leaving tattoos, they started gaslighting me, claiming I'm hearing voices, deeming me a druggie, and criticized me, saying I'm a drug addict and it worked because of lack of, okay, in saying I'm a drug addict. Meanwhile, honestly, and honestly, it worked because of lack of knowledge. I felt guilty and started occasionally indulging more. And then they saying these tattoos that influence my behavior because of my abandonment issues. I gave, and they were even more aggressive with their tactics. Then she then she set me up for us and claiming I burned down a acquaintance room, and I got assaulted and arrested. When I came home, she had disposed of my equipment. I got emotional and she kicked me out. When I went back to Pindile Kati, main abuser, she claimed we needed a profit before she would allow me back home. So I was so vulnerable. Me agreed to go to Tembalile Lens St. John's Church, where I was kidnapped and chained for like 5 months. Okay, for like 5 months, um, and being made to live with mentally disturbed people in order to subordinate me. It worked until I escaped, got a protection order, still not knowing and not understanding what I was going through. Got a protection order, um, tried to open a case at Lens police station, but the workers refused to assist me and gaslighted me. Uh, I recorded events, and they plotted a robbery of my phone, and then I went to Pumla Mutashi, big